My name is Sierra Talamontes, and I'm going to be doing a presentation on the adoption curve theory. So first, going into it, there are different categories of adopters, and this makes it difficult to communicate sometimes, just because some adopters have different means of communication or getting that means to the technology, while other adopters don't have that opportunity to have that technology. So let's say that one adopter has technology that's new and innovative, while the other adopter has not yet gotten that technology. It would make them difficult to then communicate through two different devices. Now, let's say that the adopters both have the same technology, but one adopter has adapted to it and learned about it, while the other adopter has not yet learned about it, and so then they would be unable to communicate then. And these are just different types of complications that happen with two different kinds of adopters. And I would say that I get through it best by just finding a similarity through that technology or through that communication, and then going from there. And then going into that, how do individuals function in a tech-centric world? So thinking about that, there are so many things in our daily lives that take technology that I think that most individuals either flourish or have a very difficult time with it. So I would say that I'm definitely more of a flourish person. Like I said, I use technology all throughout my day. I have a cell phone, I have a laptop, I go to work and use technology, and I'd say that I'm pretty savvy with it, and I know how to run things. And if there were a change in the technology, I would be agile enough to just switch it up, keep running with it, and know how to handle that change. Now, some other individuals may have a harder time and slowly ease themselves into a technology-centric world. So there are some individuals who are barely getting a cell phone, barely learning how to text, barely learning how to type and those types of things. And so it makes it a little bit more difficult for them to communicate in, like I said, this tech-centric world. And then just going into that, where I would place each individual, because like I said, there are different categories of the adopters, that being the innovators, so the people that make it, they see the technology before it's even come out. And then you have the early adopters, which is the people that get to see it right after it's made. They get to make their judgments on it, and have really kind of the first, second glance at what the rest of the world is going to be using then to communicate. After the early adopters, a person then is put into a category, if they haven't gotten into those two categories, into the early majority. And that's where I place myself into, because I definitely wouldn't say that I'm the first, second, third person to go out and buy new technology and learn about it. I definitely wait for reviews and for other people, the early adopters, to make those decisions for me on what is the best technology and how the world should be communicating, and then I go off of that basis, and then I'm the early majority that goes for that technology. And then after early majority, there is the late majority, which is what I would place most of my family into, because they wait for that early majority, the big group, to jump onto that new technology, and then they have the late majority ready to go, ready to get the end final fad of that new technology communication style. And so that's definitely interesting, all the different categories that go into the adopters and things like that. So if I were able to change the category that I'm in, I definitely would place myself in the innovators category, or at least the early adopters. I would like to be a person that is in the know more about technology before it's already happened and it's already a big thing and everyone's getting it. It would be amazing to be one of those people that's like, oh, you haven't used this before? Well, this is what we should be using, and this is how we should be communicating. So I definitely think that that's something to think about in the end, on how to get myself in a different category. As far as right now, I'd be happy to say that I am an early majority. Thank you.